Today's Swole Fam Spotlight is from Megan. What's going on, Beaches? Welcome to the Daily Swole Podcast, episode 2664. It's Tuesday, August the 20th. And Megan writes, "Hi, Swole Fam, gorillas." Parentheses, insert noise. I just recently introduced myself in the Facebook group. Now I'm ready to post here too. I decided to change my health for the better back in 2014. I had just gone through a breakup, so I was hurt and needing to heal in some way. I decided to join the gym by my house and take control of something in my life. I was 20 years old. In my very first pictures taken, I looked sick and unhappy. Those pictures were from 2013, before the breakup. I've been consistently lifting for 5 years, with 1 year focused more on spinning and less on lifting, and that wasn't a great year for me. Laughing emoji. Now that I'm regularly lifting weights, doing my physical therapy for a torn meniscus, and practicing yoga right now 3 times a week, I'm in the best shape I've been in as a whole. I fluctuated from 145 pounds to 165 pounds, trying different diets and exercise routines, etc. Now I'm sitting happy at 160 with good balance between most aspects of fitness and nutrition. But I want to be clear, the weight that I read on the scale doesn't affect me. It's simply a calculation that doesn't define my worth. I know I'm strong and healthy. That's what matters to me. So round of applause for Megan. Thank you for sharing. Love it. Those of you that are coming in on the live stream, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and drop some biceps and gorillas in the comments for Megan. And I 100% agree. The scale definitely gives you data, but it doesn't tell you what kind of weight you're gaining or losing. You can be gaining fat, you could be gaining muscle, you could be losing fat, you could also be losing muscle. So the scale shouldn't be any kind of judgment on your worth. Of course, even your body fat percentage shouldn't be any kind of weighing on your worth. In other words, your worth, or your body and your life, is worth investing in your health. So all you can do is forge better habits, work hard, be consistent, follow the 7 pillars, and good things will happen. And the weight loss or the muscle gain is really just a result of those habits. You don't go after building muscle. You create good habits, you create stress in your body, you eat properly, you sleep, all those good things, stay consistent, and you'll build muscle over time if you're doing things in a certain way. Same thing with fat loss. You will lose that over time as a byproduct of those habitual changes. So you can't go out there trying to lose fat, go out there trying to build muscle. That might be the end goal, but that's a result. That's a side effect of changing your habits. That's a side effect of putting down the phone and going to sleep earlier. That's a side effect of getting some early morning sun, take a nice long walk, starting your day in a good way, and having a great work day, a great workout, having your food prepared if you're traveling or you're working out of the house. You get the point. So you set good habits, you create good systems in your life, and the byproduct will be, of course, you have to still lift heavy if you want to build muscle. You still need to eat properly, but bottom line, those are byproducts of the habits that you set. So congratulations, Megan. Thank you so much for sharing. And if you want to join myself and Megan inside the Swole Fam, head on over to swolenormousx.com. Links in the show notes and the description down below. We have amazing memberships over there, and you'll see everything that you need over there to crush your 7 pillars. You could download your free copy of the 7 pillars over at swolenormousx.com, but also you'll see all the programs that we have, all the nutrition. We have the elimination diet, the nutrition jumpstart, thousands of recipes. We have tons of master classes, and the Swole Fam favorite master classes, the hip, knee, and ankle mobility master classes. We also have over 300 yoga classes for all levels. For beginner, we have chair yoga, we have prenatal, postnatal, we have kids yoga, we have level 1, 2, and 3 vinyasa, we have yin yoga, we have wall and block and strap classes. We have everything for every type of yoga and types of yoga that you've never even heard of before. So there's so much inside Swolenormous X. I don't want to talk for 6 hours in the pre-roll about everything that we have, but of course the best part of Swolenormous X is the Swole Fam, and you get access to all the private groups and the private live streams. So go and check it out, swolenormousx.com. And of course, use code Daily Swole for 10% off over on papasoyo.com. We have some new merch releases. We've been releasing a lot of new merch lately. We have some epic ones coming in the next week or two. So go and check out those new releases. cover your nips with the best merch in the game. You might be going to the fucking gym finally, but I mean, you need to wear something when you go to the fucking gym. So first, you go to the fucking gym, but you also have to wear the right things in the gym. And the right things is Papa Swole apparel. So go check it out. papaswole.com. Use code Daily Swole for 10% off. Fam, thanks for being here. We got Sheldon in the house, Green Trolley, Big O, Chantal. We got Kika. We have Duke Bow in the house. We got Lacey, Cerny, John, Michelle, Natty Knight. Oh my God. The fam is here. Nick. All right, let's get into today's episode 2664. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Fat phobia. I think it's time that we discuss the intersectionality between fat phobia, ableism, and white supremacy.
Anti-fat bias.
Ally. Allowed to be fat. Privilege. Disability.
Capitalism.
I'm hungry.
Get off your ass and go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
We all know our youth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2664 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you be.
Fucking Catalina.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the live stream, the Daily Swole, episode 2664. Happy Tainty Tuesday, everyone. And speaking of Tainty Tuesday, let's take a look at the Tainty Man. Aww. He's so cute. We got the church over here. Church is on the perch, and the Tainty Man is, well, there you have it. He's just the sleepies. So welcome, everyone. Come one, come all. We have a great show today. We are fresh off our accountability meeting yesterday for members. It's available now. Go into Swole TV when you join and log into your account. We went over some new releases yesterday. We talked shop, but also this Thursday, a little announcement now. We have a live stream tomorrow publicly, but then Thursdays is private for members only. Round Table 50. Let's get a little America for Round Table RT50 fam. Swole fam Round Table 50. That's our live call where it's just myself and other members of the fam. We hang out. It's a great time. So join us on Thursday the 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All the details in your account when you join. Super stoked for the round tables. We love those. We have them every 2 weeks. Round Table 50. Super nice. All right. Drop in the comments. What are you smashing today? Let's get into today's tip. But first, we got to bust that nut wide open. Falcon. 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 There you are, Freddy. You beesh. You goddamn beesh. All right, had to get that out. Excellent. Anabolic August. I love Anabolic August. I think everyone here loves Anabolic August. You can't get enough. Drop that hashtag in the chat down below. Hashtag Anabolic August, and we'll give that swole card away at the end of today's episode. Now, let's get into that tip. Moisturize. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, let's get into some Swole Fam action. Hey, let's give a nice round of applause for Duke Barnes back in the house. What's up, Duke? I'm back. Third time joking the membership. Maybe that's a typo. Hopefully third time is the charm because I weigh more than I ever have. Well, Duke, it's time to get those 7 pillars in order. Let's lock that shit down. So welcome back. Welcome back. You never really left the Swole Fam, Duke, but I get it. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Welcome back officially. Officially. Let's make it official. Duke in the house. All right, first Swole Fam post.
What's in the box?
Let's see what we got here. One from Chantal, and you're watching live too. What's up, Beaches? Hello, everyone. I'm Chantal, and I live in the Netherlands. I'm 40 and have had problems with my weight and eating all my life. I've already done all the diets out there, but nothing turned out to be sustainable for a long time. It was always such a hassle and difficult. I have lost about 90 pounds before, but unfortunately now I have about 45 pounds to lose again. I have been eating as Papa Swolio advises for about a month now, and I already feel better, more energy, and no more binge eating. Hells yeah.
Wow.
I have also taken steps to remove other things from my life, such as creams, plastic bottles, etc. I've been going to the gym for a long time, and I've been doing yoga for years, but I have never really followed a program. I'm going to start with a 90-day dash, and I can't wait to see how I feel and what effect a good program can have. Super stoked to have you. And again, a good program is priceless because it keeps you focused and it keeps you progressing things and on track. And a program gets you out of your feelings. If you're on a certain training split or you're on a certain structure, it gets you out of feeling like you're doing enough, feeling like you should be doing something else. It keeps you on track. It keeps you on point. It keeps you within some certain confines. Now, our programs are customizable. You could adjust things, but at the same time, it gives you that framework. So you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing on any given day. And that's what's important, is that all you have to do is focus on executing, setting the proper habits, setting the time aside, your nutrition, your sleep, and all those things in order. And then in terms of a program, you know what you're doing. You just have to do it. So it takes the guesswork out of it. No more binge eating. That's fantastic if you're eating the proper foods. Like I say, if you're eating the right shit, you don't have to count shit. You're going to have much less issues overeating and over-consuming, and fantastic when it comes to removing phthalates and plastics and bisphenols and stuff from your environment, getting off the plastic bottles. Get yourself a Hydro Flask or something stainless steel bottle. And in terms of creams and things like that, in terms of the bathrooms are probably the most sketchy places in people's houses. The bathrooms are usually one of the most dangerous places because of all the different lotions and things that you're putting all over your body. And the household cleaners, a lot of times people keep all their cleaning chemicals and shit in the bathroom. Even if it's a household cleaner, they'll keep it under the kitchen sink, which is crazy, keeping around your food, and also in the bathrooms. So make sure you're getting rid of anything with artificial synthetic fragrances, unless it says phthalate free, and it's specifically removing all those estrogenics. And for those of you that are interested in learning more about that, a great book to kind of jumpstart you is the book Estro Generation. I have that in the bookstore, so go and check that out. It's a great, great book. It'll explain it all. If you're curious or you're hearing this for the first time, that's a great book to check out. All right. Ooh, very nice, Chantal. Got the whole fam on jojoba oil. I love that stuff. I put it all over my body. I slather myself in jojoba oil. That shit's great. And it's very easy. You just got to switch to beef tallow soap and stuff like that. And it's all available. You can get all this stuff on Amazon too. Okay. Jason. And there's also a lot of like small businesses that sell on Amazon, but also you could find other websites. But in other words, it gets you started. You just have to know what to look. Even other major chain outlets and things like that you might go to, you'll find if you know what to look for. Jason. Hi all, my name is Jason and I'm just starting here for the first time. I've just completed a cut and now want to build muscle in a clean way. Love seeing all the content on Instagram. Can't wait to get started. Jason, welcome to the Swole Fam. Just completed a cut. I will always say when people say they're bulking and cutting, a lot of times people are cutting, but they're cutting to not much. You need to build muscle. So even if you have extra fat to lose, focus on building muscle. You'll trim down that fat over time. But that's fantastic. I'm glad you're here. And yeah, you could build muscle. You could build muscle eating proper foods. You don't need to be in a crazy caloric surplus. You don't need to be eating 5,000 calories a day to build muscle. You just need to be eating sufficient protein, quality foods, getting quality sleep, and training hard. That's all it is. That's all it is. You don't have to be doing anything crazy. You don't have to be sloppy bulking or anything like that. Tatiana, welcome to the fam. My name is Tatiana. I live in France. I just signed up to go to the gym. Very nice. More seriously, I have a chronic illness, and if I don't take myself in hand, it will get worse, and I don't want to have surgery or have to take heavy treatments. I have very painful seizures and a lot of fatigue, so my goal is already just to do something and to not give up. I speak English, but I use Google Translate to go faster, so I hope it's readable. Man, that was exceptionally readable. Welcome to the fam. And sorry to hear about your condition, but welcome to the fam. So I would pay attention in a big way to the nutrition, to the elimination diet, and what foods can do for your immune system and for your overall health. Hopefully by doing the elimination, and you'll unlock some things that help you mitigate some of those issues that you're dealing with. So welcome to the fam, and I hope the elimination diet and all the content serves you well. Make sure to reach out if you have any questions or more specific questions on your situation. Lupe says, this is a comment on the Express Morning Flow. Lupe writes, what a great way to start my day. Now I'ma do some brain gains. POV, I had to slow down the video. Definitely need to do more yoga. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's get some gorillas for Lupe. Sweet. And slowing down the video, playing it on half speed or just pausing it, totally fine. If you need to go into child's pose, if you need to pause the video, hit the pose, and then hit the start button again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally fine. It's at your pace. And then once you get better, just make sure you challenge yourself. Try to push through. Try to make it all the way through. And if you can, you can. If you can't, guess what? Practice will get you better at it and eventually. And this is what I was talking about the other day. It's fantastic when you do the same yoga class over and over again. So if you find a yoga class that's really something that challenges you and it really feels good, do that one on repeat. In other words, do it the next day or the next time you do yoga. Practice that one, because if you do something that's consistent, you will much more readily notice the progress. You'll notice that sequence. You'll know what to anticipate for the next move. So you'll be able to get a little more autonomous through that flow. And you'll notice when you get a little bit deeper into a certain pose, and your body will adapt more readily to that sequence because you're consistent with that stress. If you're doing different yoga classes, sure, you'll get better over time anyway. But if you do the same class, your body, your brain knows what to expect. You can focus a little bit more on the postures, and you'll notice when you get deeper into those poses a little bit more analytically, just because you're doing the same thing more constantly or consistently. You'll notice, hey, I got a little bit further. Hey, I got an inch further on this pose, on this sequence. So if you find something that really hits you in the right way, focus on that a little bit more. All right, time for some questions. If you have some questions, drop it in the live chat. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole if you have anything you want to go into a little bit deeper. We'll get into some Instagram questions, and if you have live questions or live topics, we can get into that. Let's see, SK04.X. So creative, Papa Swole, what to do other than gym and diet for quick weight loss? I feel like we might have done this before, but I'll answer anyway. Well, all 7 pillars. So go to swolenormousx.com, download your copy of the 7 pillars. Weight loss is not quick. Fat loss is not quick. We've done some of these. Okay. Maybe we ended on that one. I didn't delete it. Okay. Let's do this one. XM.Margaritis. Papa Swole, how to go to sleep. Lay down and close your eyes and go to bed.
Matt Damon.
So I'm going to talk about for a second how to get better sleep. Make sure you set a good evening routine. So if you want to have a good day, you're not going to have a good day without having a good night before. A lot of people just think they're going to go to sleep late, have a shitty end of the day, and then just wake up early and start fresh the next day. You're not going to start fresh unless you have a really good evening. So the nighttime is the most important time. The evening routine is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. You're not going to have a great next day if you don't have a good evening the night before. So it starts with the evening always. If you could lock down your evening routine, your morning routine will be so much better. You'll feel so much more rested and you'll be able to execute that morning routine much more efficiently. So turn off your phone, red lights around the house, no blue light for like an hour or two before bed. Read before bed. You could do yoga. You could meditate. You could take a warm shower. You could do a sauna. Any way you can wind down. A cold, dark room, black out your curtains. No LED lights, no Wi-Fi, no cell phones, no cell signals, nothing going on in your room. Cold, dark room. Cold, dark room. Don't eat right before bed. There's all these different little hacks that you can do, but I think one of the most important things is cutting out the blue light because it signals to the brain that it's time to shut down. Plus, you'll know that it's habitually when the red lights come on that we're winding down to sleepy time. So your brain will, right when you do that, if you cut out all the blue light and you go red light, you'll feel all of a sudden instantly, your body will downshift hardcore. So that's probably the biggest thing that I could recommend. Lod Fafnir's journey. Any easy ways to add protein to the diet? Being a larger guy, I'm having a hard time hitting enough every day. It's more food, smaller meals throughout the day. There's no easy ways to add protein. You're just consuming nutrition. I would get the cleanest possible grass-fed, grass-finished whey protein isolate. If you get it from Jersey cows, there's some brands on Amazon. They're from A2 cows, so they're more easily digestible. It's going to be a whey protein concentrate. I know I've said isolate in the past, but it's probably better that you get it less processed. And I don't really have much issues if it's from those types of quality sources. So that's what I would recommend in terms of a protein powder. But I mean, it's just more food. It's more food. Raw dairy is great for protein. You'll also get more fats there too if you're having raw dairy, eggs, steak, beef, bison. It's possible. It's definitely possible. When you build muscle, you're a larger guy and everyone's going to need more protein as they build muscle, but it's really about getting it in over the course of the day. And you can do it, but you just have to eat more frequently and smaller meals. That way it's easier for you to digest. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to try to get in like 200 grams of protein in a meal or two. It's a lot of food. So I hear you. So that's when something like a high quality protein powder could be beneficial. You just got to be careful because a lot of times things have all these artificial flavorings. You don't want to just take some run-of-the-mill protein. You're going to have all these like sweeteners and, it's not going to be really pure. There's going to be a lot of byproducts and a lot of additives. Vishal Kaushik, 17. Kaushik? Probably, how many steps do you walk? How many steps do you use to walk daily? Or how many steps? I have no fucking idea. I have no idea how many steps I walk. I take Rufus on a walk. I'm walking around the yard. I walk a lot. I don't count the steps. I think that stuff's nonsense. I know some people like to look at their watch and see how many steps they take. Come on. If you're training properly, the amount of steps you take is really not necessary. Everyone could walk a little bit more. Go for a walk. Go for walks. That's fantastic. Walking is great. I'm not saying, oh my God, Papa Swolio said don't walk. It's not what I said. But a lot of people at the expense of other habits, at the expense of proper nutrition or weightlifting and stuff, they're just trying to, hey, let me go back out so I can get my 10,000th step. It's like, it's good you're moving more, but come on, we know. It's a silly metric to get like a certain number of steps. It's a silly metric. In other words, more is great. Walking's fantastic. You could take 2 long walks a day. That's great. Walking's fantastic. All right, Zen for all, best exercise for abs. There's no best exercise, but you want to get flexion and extension. A lot of times people are just hanging there doing leg raises and they're just working their hip flexors. So if you're not getting spinal extension and flexion, you're not really working the abs. You're doing some isometric tension, but if you really want to work the abdominals, make sure you're getting flexion and extension. So you want to get some curvature. If you're on a bench or if you're hanging there, you want to make sure you're getting some sort of bend and some sort of extension, and then flexion of the spine. Hetri_X. Tell me how to get rid of my girlfriend's speech from going to gym. Wow. Hetri did not use Google Translate. There was no Google Translate used. So how to get rid of your girlfriend's speech. I like that. I like that approach. I do like that.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
I suppose you want your girlfriend to be quiet. It's a very understandable situation. I think everyone watching and listening, male or female, has wanted a female to shut up at some point. Males do, but I know the feeling. I'm trying to get the context here. I do understand you want to know how to silence your girlfriend. Duct tape works fantastic. You could find on Amazon, your local hardware shop, even probably like a CVS. Maybe gas stations have duct tape as well. Rope and things like that. You'll still hear some noise if you just use like a gag. Like you'll still get some of that. So like as much coverage as you can right here is the better. All right. I am serious, by the way. No, so are you saying that your girlfriend gives you shit for going to the gym? Either way, it sounds like you might need a new girlfriend. If your girlfriend's annoying or you don't have a good relationship or she doesn't go with you or she gives you shit for going to the gym, it's like, you get a new girlfriend. And ladies, get a new boyfriend. Like if your significant other doesn't want to go to the gym and take care of themselves, what the fuck are you doing with them? Come on. All right. Johnny B. Papa Solio tried the carnivore diet and failed. What's a proper diet for weight loss? Well, the carnivore diet works. I do think it might be a little extreme for most people, just eating meat alone. I mean, fruits are fantastic. So a lot of people, if you eat fruit, that's not necessarily considered carnivore. But even though I would think that a carnivore, if they found some ripe mango on the ground that fell from the tree, they'd probably eat it too. I mean, it's totally edible. So I think there's a little bit of fluctuation with the hardcore. Same thing with veganism, carnivores. Like if you have anything but meat, an egg, you're not a true carnivore. It's like, okay. So I would recommend doing the elimination diet and customizing your nutrition. I still think focusing on carnivore, animal foods is the best thing. That's what I do, but I definitely eat fruit. So I eat meat and fruit. A proper diet for weight loss, a caloric deficit is going to help you lose weight. But the problem is with a lot of people that just say, if it fits your macros and caloric deficit, they're not focusing on micronutrients. So a lot of people have binge eating and have issues with their mental health and their energy and recovery because they're not getting nutrient dense food. So sure, can you lose weight eating McDonald's? Yeah, but you're not going to be nutritionally satisfied and you're going to have a lot of inflammation and hormone issues if you are just eating, 2,000 calories a day of McDonald's. So even though you can lose absolute weight from an energy imbalance, you're still not getting your micronutrients. So focus on the micronutrients, the food quality. And I would recommend doing the elimination diet, getting rid of all gluten, processed sugars, vegetable oils, and seed oils, and creating good habits from scratch. You can really customize your nutrition. All right. That's what we do inside Swolenormous X. And if you want to learn more, check us out, swolenormousx.com. Links down below, and you can download the 7 pillars over there and get started if you're new to the show. You've never heard of what elimination diet is and stuff like that. If you haven't, go and check it out. Let's see. Shoai B. Hussein 1001. I've hit a plateau, Papa Swolio, in deadlifts, unable to increase weights and at times get back pain. Any advice? 18-year-old male. Oof, back pain when you're 18, that's no good. Your mobility and your muscle balance is off. Now, deadlifts are fine. I think people focus way too much on deadlifts. I think deadlifts are great, but I think depending on what you're trying to accomplish, form is important, and there's an excessive focus on deadlifts. Now, if you're trying to build a lot of muscle, deadlifts can be a good component of a muscle building program. Nothing wrong with them, but they're great for the erectors. The spinal erectors are fantastic for that. But for overall mass, there's a lot of other great exercises too. I actually prefer doing any kind of deadlifts or RDLs or compound lifts and stuff like that at the end of my workout because the body's more fatigued and, it'll isolate certain areas that haven't been hit yet with other, with other training. So it depends on how you're using them. But a plateau in deadlifts, you might want to do some partial reps. You might want to do some glute activation and some other things to get rid of your back pain. Avoid doing deadlifts if you have back pain. It just sounds like you have mobility and muscle imbalances. Jefferson curls are fantastic. Yoga is great. You might have some adductor imbalances, weakness, tightness, both. Strengthening your glutes, strengthening or releasing pressure, strengthening your hip flexors as well. Usually inactivation or over lengthening or tightness is also compared or combined with weakness when it comes to those stabilizers. Like hip flexors need to be strong, glutes need to be strong, and things like Jefferson curls and general yoga and mobility is fantastic. Without knowing anything else that you're doing, just some ideas to get started. Steffi gets it. My oldest son had a girlfriend. She kept gaining weight. He wound up breaking up with her because she wouldn't do anything to lose the weight. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your son's fat phobic. He's fat phobic.
Well, I'll be damned.
If someone's not taking care of themselves, especially, it's just okay. You can't save everyone. If they just want to keep on eating like shit and gaining weight, it's not attractive. It's not attractive. It's not. Anyone that says it, some people have a fetish, but it's not attractive. It's not attractive. It's not. I know sometimes people are married and then over time someone else gains the weight. Yeah, but it doesn't make it attractive. Doesn't mean you don't love the person or care about them, but it's not. It's just not. It's just not. And even more than that, it's just not. What's also even more so is not attractive is the apathy towards taking care of your health. If you're not trying to take care of yourself, I'm not saying you're going to be on the cover of a magazine or you're not going to be a supermodel. I mean, we're all going to age, the skin starts sagging and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, the psychological apathy, the lack of care, it's also for the other person too. So if you're in a relationship, it's not just for you, it's for the other person. If you're in a relationship, you're trying to be the best person for yourself so you could be the best person for someone else. And if you're not taking care of yourself, what does that say about how much you care about the other person? Don't you want the other person to be with someone that takes care of themselves? Anyway, just some thoughts. All right. Let's see. Maddie, the best thing to do is to be honest about their health. My husband was headed down that road and he saw I was almost out the door. He switched up so fast and now he looks hot, like when I first met him. Oh.
Because
very nice.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Look at that. There you go. Good. Be honest. And if you can't be honest and have that good communication, then there's other issues there. Victoria from the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Papa Swole, I feel like this is a Matt Damon question. I'll be the judge of that. Let me just hit that first.
Matt Damon.
We'll get out of the way. Do you think good question. Do you think new tattoos would be do you think new tattoos would be an estrogen disruptor? I think you mean endocrine disruptor. So possibly. That's been a big reason why I would never want to do it, because you're putting literally a lot of times, I don't know what they use now, but certainly you can imagine that in the past, and maybe some places still use inks and things that are toxic and can definitely, cause issues inside the body. Because they do, like, a lot of tattoos, like they fade over time or there's excess ink that absorbs. And I think it really depends on what you're putting in. But just to be honest, I don't see how it's a good thing. Ripping open your dermis to inject ink. I know a lot of you have tattoos, but if you have a tattoo, you're not doing it for health purposes. Let's just put it that way. So there are no health benefits to a tattoo. There's no health benefit from it. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, I think it definitely I think it definitely matters what you're putting in. I'm sure now there's a lot more. I'll say, oh, it's this free. But remember, when you see a bottle and it says BPA free, well, there's other bisphenols. That's bisphenol A. It'll say BPA free. That might be true, but it might have BPS or BPF. There's other ones that are even in some cases worse than BPA. So BPA free doesn't mean that it's free of bisphenols. It could have other ones and likely does, and you're actually getting a worse product. Especially like plastics, like a Ziploc container. It's BPA free. Yeah, it's probably has all the other shit in it that you want. So people are eating that, like, oh, it's BPA free. Let me just fucking microwave it and leave it in the sun. It's like you're probably getting worse. So I use glass. All right, let's see. Is this Alan just shared something? There are more than 200 colorants and additives used to produce tattoo inks. Most standard tattoo ink colors are derived from heavy metals, including antimony, beryllium, lead, cobalt, nickel, chromium, and arsenic. Other additives include surfactants, binding agents, fillers, and preservatives. Ooh. Case in point. Thanks for sharing, Alan. Yeah. Like I said, not good. But there's no, like, it's not like, I want to be healthy. Let me get a tattoo. Like that. I'm just saying that's not why you're getting a tattoo. So I don't think anyone thinks that tattoos are healthy. Just a thought. Think about anything else in this world that doesn't disappear, that doesn't degrade. Like it just stays there in that spot. It's like, well, it's gonna, what the fuck is it made of to... SL Monroe. Yeah, I've had a tattoo for 16 years and will randomly get inflamed, raised, and itchy. Ooh. Oh no. Elizabeth, I've not had any reactions to tattoos, but I'm picky. Let's see. Nick says, oof. Nick says, my girlfriend said I should throw out my ripped Signature Series shirts. Can we give her a Matt Damon LOL? Let's give a round of applause. Nick is now single. Nick is single and ready to mingle, ladies. Ladies, Nick is on the market and available. If you want a nice, juicy man with some serious knowledge cock, we got Nick on the market, ready to make some gains and take some names. Who's looking for a swole mate, ladies? I feel like I'm auctioning off someone, right? Do I have $5? Do I have $5 for Nick? Give us a turn, Nick. Give us a turn. Is she watching live now? Nick is now officially single. Well, that's good. When people are saying I've never had issues with my ink or tattoos, good. I wouldn't want anyone to have. I hope no one has problems. But like I said, no one's like, I need to be as healthy as possible. Give me a tat. That's not why you're doing it. But of course, if you're going to go get one, I'm sure there's also, don't they have ones? Do they have the ones that fade over like 5 or 10 years? I don't know where they go and they just absorb in the skin. I'm sure there are probably certain ones. Maybe they're not as vibrant, or maybe they don't last as well. There's got to be ones that are like organic tattoos. I bet you there's got to be a couple businesses that are called Organic Tattoo. That's probably a name of a shop. Lacey says, tell her to sew them. Yeah. Tell her to sew them. Every woman knows how to sew. That's like in their DNA. Yeah, tell her to fucking woman up. Sew that shit. And then make you a sandwich. Always here for the good advice. Always here for the advices. But it's not that hard to give you the wrong advices. If you know what that's from, you know what that's from. If you don't, how dare you?
How dare you?
Let's see. Martin, do underscores cause atrophy? Oh, severely so. Yeah. If you use underscores, you likely won't even be able to build an ounce of muscle. So anytime someone asks a stupid question, they have a couple underscores. It's like, well, first off, change your screen name. Let's get you grammatically correct. And then and then you'll start making gains. Mm-hmm. Steffi, going back to her son's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, she was much smaller when they started and ballooned over 2 years. A stress eater, I guess, but she let herself go. We all missed her. He ran into her 6 months ago, and she's like 250 now. He's 130. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a good.
That's a huge bitch.
Not a good direction to go. That wasn't nice, Papa Swole. You shouldn't have hit that soundboard, but I did anyway. Yeah, not good. Not good. Arjun, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, Papa. I'm super, super sorry. But since I live in Italy, this is the first live I could get since your birthday. And even though terribly late, I wanted to wish you happy 40 years. Why, thank you so much. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Belated, but appreciated. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Screen name underscore under. Screen name underscore under underscore score underscore. Technically, that's how you would read that. All right, we got to move on, but we're going to skip that one. Yeah, let's go balls deep. We're good. Let's go balls deep. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Let's go balls deep.
That's deep.
Okay. I did want to mention, I think I did earlier or yesterday. I should have done so in the pre-roll of this episode, but I talked about in the podcast. I listened or I loaded up something on YouTube, and we've been doing Swole Fam Spotlights in the pre-roll for a while now. I just realized that it cuts off, or a lot of the recent episodes have cut off like the first few seconds on YouTube, I guess, because the audio will be fine on the audio podcast because it's my copy. But I guess the stream doesn't kick on for like 5 or 10 seconds on YouTube and places. So hopefully today it works a lot better. So I'm giving like 10 or 15, 20 seconds before I start talking. That way the name doesn't get cut off, because I just realized like sometimes the name cuts off and I'm just in the middle of talking and people are probably like, I don't know what he's really referring to. They get the story, but just a heads up. I am aware of that. So today it should be fixed. And if it's not, let me know. Let's get into some balls deep content. So let's get those balls a slapping. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? I think I fixed it though. I fixed it in today's episode. All right, let's raffle it off, fam. Number 1, number 2, or numero 3. Fam, I put it upon the number 1, number 2, number 3. Let's see a little tainty man in the meantime.
I was kidding. I was only kidding.
I am not. Falcon, you hit the wrong fucking button. Settle down. Oh, we got the church here. My goodness. Let's get some church while everyone's guessing. Churchy. Oh, church is on the perch. Church. Can I get some bellies? Can I get in there? Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Hold on, fam. We're almost ready. I got to get a little bellies first. There we go. She wants more. You want more? Okay. I'll give you a little bit more. All right. We'll keep going. I'll keep on giving her. I'll give her some more. Let's see. Logan Tackett, number 2. All right, number 2, fam. We're balls deep. Hit the share button. Let's go. Share the stream. This one's called Gained Weight. It's called Gained Weight. Jesus ain't got no time for your fat phobia. Don't bring the Lord's name into your mental disorder.
Fair warning, fat phobia is real dang rude. On my first Sunday back, after 8 months of my heart and lungs not working because of long COVID, I had someone tell me that, wow, you've really gained a lot of weight. I'm sorry. Was my survival not sufficient? Should I have done it while being skinny? Yeah, that's your bad.
I think people are concerned that you survived because you are definitely annoying.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Well, we don't wish any illness on anyone, but anything that keeps it from talking Much appreciated. Okay, it's either long COVID or it's experimental gene therapy. No one knows. No one knows. And in many cases, most people that realize that the long COVID is just perpetuation of poor fucking lifestyle habits. Some people have issues, but of course, if you take care of your health, you have, I mean, wearing a turtleneck on this day, it said on this day, August 21st, 2022, that's the middle of summer. And she's in her car wearing like a turtleneck. So not getting that vitamin D. But anyway, we wish you the best, and we wish you the best of health, and take better care of yourself. Take better care of yourself. And don't bring Jesus into this. Jesus doesn't care about your... Whatever. She needs a friend. She's a friend. She needs a book club or something. I get it. We don't wish anyone ill, so be well. Be well. Go get some vitamin D. Please go get some vitamin D. Please go get some vitamin D. To the corner of shame with you, Logan. Let's, everyone shit on Logan in the comments, please. Let's haze Logan a little bit.
Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame. Logan says, I would like to take time to apologize to the fam for picking this, as you should be. So at least he's repentant. All right. You can stay. Everyone's like, no, off with his aid. Off with his fucking aid. Settle down. Got like fucking soccer hooligans in the comments. Rip off his fucking bollocks. All right. Settle down. Hey, Aaliyah, what up? What's good, Pop Swolio? Haven't made a stream in forever. Yeah, we know.
Great Scott!
We know. What up with that? What's up with that, yo? All right. Fam, let's pick another number. Number 1 or number 2? Number 2. Number 1 or number 2? Number 1.
How shall we fuck off, oh Lord?
Or number 2. What do we got? So, we're going to have 2 more balls deep. Then we're going to give away the Swole card. Then we're going to have a throwback. So those of you that are like, where are the throwbacks? We do at the end of the show, after the piano cock. So make sure that you stay to the end of that.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here.
Aaliyah has not been here for a while. All of a sudden decides to show up, and then she's going to pick from the shit pile. Number 2, Society. And if it sucks, which it probably will, we shall haze Aaliyah. So we shall cast shame her direction. Society rejecting fat people. So the response, the question or the comment that this person is responding to, again, just going to put it here. Notice how a lot of times it's in response to a TikTok comment. Stop reading the comments. You want to know the key to doing social media content and not going mentally insane? Stop reading the comments. Stop reading the comments and putting a lot of effort into responses. People just comment shit. So if it's a mean I sound like fucking President Brandon here.
Come on, man.
Stop reading the comments. Sniffy. She looks like a 19-year-old with her legs crossed. Gross.
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her, like a little lady with her legs crossed.
All right. President's Sound of Freedom. Here we go. In response to the comment, or you could lose, God damn it, or you could just lose weight. Forcing society to accept you and telling people it's okay to be this unhealthy is a bad thing. Well, the commenter is absolutely fucking based. That's Base City. The person that commented that must live on Mount Everest at base camp, because that is base as fuck. 100%. I'm a fan. So Aaliyah, you're the one. You did this. You did this yourself.
So you admit that society doesn't accept me as a fat person.
We don't accept you because you're annoying. Probably. So you admit that society doesn't accept you as a fat person. You're forcing society to agree with you. That's what it is. So the term accept See how they use language to manipulate? So she picks out that one word, forcing society to accept you. No, we mean accepting your irrationality, accepting your lies, accepting your bullshit. You're forcing society to agree with you. You're forcing people to, they have to agree with you. That's why it's a leftist. This is why this fat acceptance, part of this woke cult, that's why it's a cult. You have to agree. You have to agree with all this insanity, or you're an outsider, you're an other, and you should be banished. And you're a terrible, terrible person. You're a meanie, and you hate me, and you're part of the problem. That's their belief system.
Why are you okay with that? Why are you okay with society rejecting anyone, especially when it is not for something that they did?
Come on, stop whining. All right, I'm just going to I know. I'm not trying to stretch this out. Why are you okay with society rejecting anyone? Coming from people, right? Her group and people with similar ideologies, they're the ones that are banishing other people. They're the ones that are rejecting other people. So she says, why are you okay with society rejecting anyone? What are you talking about? If you don't bend a knee, if you don't follow BLM, if you don't hang a rainbow flag, if you don't say fat is beautiful, you are rejected. You're canceled. You're blah, blah, blah. The only reason you're canceled, quote unquote, is because these same people and this virus that has spread throughout our culture is in charge in large part of these major institutions, which is why these other ulterior businesses, all these other companies that are growing and getting very, very popular that allow commerce and allow actual freedom. That's why it's very important. And that's why it's much harder nowadays. You're not getting as much cancellation because people are like, you know what? No, fuck you. No, we're not being canceled. That's why you don't apologize when you say the fucking truth. It's like, no, you could fuck all the way off and let them stew and complain. So they're rejecting people. That's it.
Society rejecting anyone, especially when it is not for something that they did.
You're
will
lying.
Not change for you to accept me.
We know you won't change. You won't take care of yourself. So you're actually grifting and you're being a hypocrite. Okay. You want everyone to accept you, but you're not going to accept anyone else's opinion. You're trying to force people to, I don't know, fluff your pillow.
I can ask you to work against your bias against fat people, but I can't actually make you change.
So again, she's calling you an other. She's calling you a bad person. I can't make you change your bias against fat people. So she's saying we're against fat people. Actually, we welcome people that want to change their health with open arms. We've done that. I've done that publicly. We've welcomed people in that were morbidly obese that needed to change, welcome them into the Swole fam. But most people don't want to change. So I'm not against fat people. I'm against a lazy bullshit victim mentality. That's not for anyone. I'm not against someone's body size. I'm not against how much body fat percentage or how much body mass that they have. Why would I be against them for that? That's ridiculous. If you are ready to make changes, we are ready to help you make changes. But you have to actually be ready for that. You can't be lying to yourself. Okay.
At the end of the day, you're the worser for it.
I'm the worser. I'm the bad man. I'm the bad man. Papa Swole, bad man. I'm a bad man.
We choose truth over facts.
Papa Swole. Hashtag bad man. Hashtag meanie head. Meanie head. Elizabeth, how about you change your fit phobia? See? They're not going to like that one. They don't like that one. You're fit phobic. That's like the shirts that we have at papaswole.com. You're fit phobic. No, you're the one that's against being fit. Why are you against being healthy? Butter my cookies. Butter my cookies. Who told you could eat my cookies? Yes, we did, Logan. We did. Logan saving himself from picking the first bullshit. Did anyone catch the fact that she said we are hating on something she can't change? Yes. She can't change what? Her habits? So we're supposed to get on our knees and just make her feel better because she won't stop eating cookies and Taco Bell? I'm not saying that's exactly what she's eating. Oh my God, but my habits. I can't change my body. Bullshit. Like I always say, I guarantee she hasn't done anything close to what she should be doing. Obviously, otherwise she would have improvements. Silliness. Swole man bad. Swole man bad. Mean swole man. You angry, mean man. He wears sunglasses and he talks on the internet and he's a meanie poopy head. Maybe I want to be a meanie poopy head. You ever think about that? Maybe that's the goal. Maybe I started all this back in 2016. I'm like, I'm going to be the meaniest poopy head on the internet. And everyone's going to be like, look at that meanie poopy head. How do you know I haven't achieved my goal? I'm in here when the lights go off, like Dexter's laboratory, and like, look at what I have created, Didi. I am a meanie poopy head. Obscure reference. But it makes me feel better about myself. Isn't that the goal? Rip everyone else down, make you feel good. All right. Muscles bad. Fat good. Weight room bad. Wendy's good. All right.
Lieutenant Dan.
Just don't be a whiny beesh. All right. Join us. Make some positive changes. You're responsible for where you go forward. Maybe you had trauma. Maybe you were abused as a child. That fucking sucks. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. What are you going to do about it now? Let's take action. Stop coping with food. Just fucking eliminate your ego. Let's make some gains and make positive changes. You'll be grateful for yourself. You'll be happy you did. That's it. Laboratory. Didi, get out of my laboratory. I did not expect to hear a flawless Dexter on this stream today. Well, that's why you're here. You never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates.
My name's Forrest Gump.
You never know what quotes from the Cartoon Network you're going to get. All right. Let's move on. Last one. No requests needed. No guests needed. We don't need to raffle this off. Fam, you naturally avoided this one because you know it was going to blow my fucking nips off. You knew this was what's going to be the end of the show. You knew there was one more. You knew this is what it was going to be. It's called biological differences. Now, I can sum up everything that we need to know with this.
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina.
Can we get a Dexter's Lab t-shirt in the future? We can get a Dexter's Gymnasium instead of laboratory. Dexter's Gym. Didi, get out of my fucking gym. Yeah, we can. We can. All right. So this person is responding to a TikTok comment. Again, not a good idea. And the comment says, bro, if it wasn't biological, then why the fuck are we made different? Girl bi, like B-Y-E, girl bi, trans women are trans women. Don't get it twisted. So I guess this commenter lives at base camp too. Again, straight facts. So that's the sinister nature of the bastardization of language. People are like, well, trans women are women. No, they're trans women. Big rock is not a fish. It's a big rock. I always use that example because this is obvious. A 3-year-old will get it. Is a rock the same thing as a fish? No. Okay, that makes sense. You notice that this thing was fucking 200 pounds. It's really fucking hard. And this little fish is slimy and thin and swims in the fucking river. Okay. Trans women are men. The fact that we call them trans women is the sinister nature in itself because it uses the term women. It uses the term women, right? Give a mouse a cookies, want a glass of milk. You get your foot in the door and now it's getting twisted into, trans women. Men dressing as women, men. And now you have trans women are women. What the fuck are you talking about? Whoa, that's a leap. You're saying men are women. That's ridiculous. Men are not women. It's not complicated. It's not mean. It's literally saying a tree is not a rock. I don't know. This cup of coffee is not a basketball. Not rocket science here. It's not complicated. A 3-year-old will pick it up just fine. Why do you think they're trying to manipulate what 3-year-olds think? Why do you think they're trying to groom your children? Yes, because it's so easy. A 3-year-old can understand. And if you break a 3-year-old's brain before it fully forms, then guess what? It's going to grow up to be a brain-broken 20-year-old that can vote, AKA a Democrat. And I'm, I don't pick sides for myself personally, but I will follow logic and common sense no matter what direction it goes. All right. If for whatever reason the left was the party or the direction of logic and common sense, well, then that would be the direction that I would go. So default to logic and common sense and go that direction and be well. Keep that center point and then make decisions based on that. That's what I recommend. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's watch this. It's going to be horrible.
What's in the
It's going to be horrible. Biological differences. So we got here.
This still proves the validity of trans people. Because yes, there are innate biological differences between the sexes.
There we go. Fam, thank you so much for playing. Excellent. That's a soundboard right there. There you go. That's it. That's it.
Innate biological differences between the sexes. Because yes, there are innate biological differences between the sexes. Because yes, there are innate biological differences between
hit this on
the
replay
sexes.
for a second.
Because yes,
Remix.
there are innate biological differences between the sexes.
Remix.
Because yes, there are innate biological differences between the sexes. Which is why there's gender dysphoria, which is why there are trans people at all. Those biological differences have nothing to do with genitalia or
No, hold on. I wasn't supposed to hit that. Okay, hold on a second. That went from a logical comment to, I'm sorry, what? I'm going to play that again.
There are innate biological differences between the sexes.
Yes.
Which is why there's gender dysphoria, which is why
What?
there are trans people.
It's so funny how that just took a turn and you're like, wait. Yeah, it makes sense. Ooh, what? And then it just goes, how, what? And that's why there are trans people. I don't think.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I do not. I'm going to play that again, then we'll play it through. Okay, I know people are like, I don't want to hear it again.
Biological differences between the sexes. Which is why there's gender dysphoria, which is why there are trans people at all.
What?
Those biological differences have nothing to do with genitalia or chromosome configurations.
Ever served in a forward area?
God, this is deep. This is like New York City cheesecake. This is thick.
Those biological differences have nothing to do with genitalia or chromosome configurations. Those biological differences have nothing to do with genitalia or chromosome configurations.
Pretty much everything. pretty much exactly what it is. Again, we're not going to spend too much time on this, but when something is like, oh my God, that's fucking retarded, you can't argue it. You see how can you argue that? How can I have this? Let's say this person was here right now. How can we have the conversation? There's no conversation to be had because it doesn't make sense. You can't have a logical conversation about something that's illogical. That's why the language is bastardized. That's why it's manipulated. That's why the target always changes, because it's not about being correct. Pay attention. This is not about being correct. It's not about truth. It's not about reality. It's about power. It's about compliance. It's about you agreeing with them. And if you don't agree, you are an other. This cult is about agreeing. Say what we say. Agree with what we say. It's retarded. Agree with it. Okay. Men are women and women are men. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Take it. That's all it is. That's why it doesn't make sense. So we can't have a logical conversation about this because it's illogical. And this is like, how many of you, some of you have kids, right? How many of you have a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old? Can you have a logical conversation with your 3-year-old or 4-year-old? You can try, but they're still going to be like, huh? Or like, how come we can't fly? Well, because of gravity. What? You know, like logic, they're building their understanding of logic, which is why manipulating children is so sinister, because you're fucking up their framing of reality. So this is my point. When you have you can't have a high level argument or conversation with a small child that doesn't understand, like their brain's still forming. They're still forming their understanding of what reality is. Okay.
If you did a brain scan of a trans individual, they would have that of the gender that they currently identify as. Gender in itself is not biological. We have assigned gender.
You're assigned a gender because it's your gender. The act of putting it on paper is just the confirmation of what the evidence provides. So again, this bastardization of language, okay? Assigning something doesn't mean that it's incorrect. It doesn't mean that it's not arbitrary, okay? I'm going to look it up. It's not arbitrary. Like, well, we're just assigning it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. To select for a duty or office. That's not it. To set apart for a particular purpose or place in a particular category. To allocate. Let's see this. Jesus Christ, these definitions are not even close to what we're looking for. To appoint to a post or duty. To fix or specify in correspondence or relationship. To ascribe as a I almost feel like the term assign. Let's see. Let's get another one here. Let's go to dictionary.com. Maybe that hasn't been changed yet. We haven't memory hold this one, have we? To give or allocate. To give out or announce as a task. A person to whom the property or interest. I'm not really finding good definitions in terms of what the use that we're trying to do here. To set up, I guess, to set apart for a particular purpose, to give out as a task, to ascribe, to attribute, to match or pair with. Okay. So let's use that one. I mean, that's like the closest in terms of like the definitions. To match or pair with. All right. To match. So we're matching. Well, there's a PP. There's a PP. There's a PP. So you're a male. So for example, Rufus doesn't have a ball sack. My poor tainty man doesn't have a ball sack. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I did not do it. I didn't do it, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not do it. I know. I did not do it, my sweet tainty boy. Mr. Imian, I did not do it to you. All right. He's still a male dog. He doesn't have balls. Okay, so it's not the genitalia that makes him a male. The thing is, this weird thing about acceptance. Accept me as who I am. It's like, well, you're not even accepting yourself. So you're forcing people to agree with you or to comply with whatever you want us to comply with. You want attention, you want love, you want compassion. I get it. You weren't hugged enough as a child or whatever it is, or you haven't found your purpose. But you're as an individual to not accept who you are and then to force other people to accept your delusion. That's a weird thing. Shouldn't you be accepting of yourself and how you were born and who you are? Shouldn't you be accepting? Like, you don't accept yourself, but you're forcing other people to. It's weird. It's a weird.
Gender in itself is not biological. We have assigned gender to genitalia, to chromosome configurations, even though there are more than 2 chromosome configurations. There are also cis women with the chromosome configuration XY, and there are cis women that take hormones.
That's not an answer.
Gender in itself is a social construct.
That's not an answer. That's not an answer. Look into the science of that. That's not an answer. That's not an answer. She does not understand what she's talking about.
Self-proclaimed biologists are arguing with actual biology and sociology, and it's embarrassing. It is very embarrassing.
What you just said,
it is very embarrassing,
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response
it's absolutely
were you even close to anything
that we're on the same
that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right, Swole card, and then we have a throwback. Fam, we got some in the comments. We got some Anabolic August. Let's fucking go. Let's kick it off. Falcon, take us away. Here we go. Swole card time, bitches. Oh my God. Michelle Clifford. Congratulations. Michelle, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swolecard2664 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Congratulations. Michelle in the house. Michelle to the main stage. Michelle to the main stage. Protein shakes are 2 for $1, and the buffet is still open until 12 p.m. Let's get fucking swole. Could have been one of those strip club announcers, no?
Emotional damage. I don't believe you people.
What do you mean? I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War.
Shut up, bitch!
I like to caress rusty spoons. You are looking rather stranded this evening. Fishes smell so typical.
You made me
Fancy man.
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
You guys choose the best soundboards. Let's fucking go. Who's got something? Try to stump me. Can you stump me? Can't be stumped. Can't be stumped.
Fucking people.
So per is a neo-pronoun that comes from the word person, which is why I really like them.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Now, once you've had sex with the woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
Smooth. Very, very smooth stuff. Very classy. I'm learning a lot from you right now, dude.
Loud noises!
crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
A newt.
This ain't no newt. The Adam God. Coast to coast. Coast to coast. Very nice, fam. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into, I'm just going to air it out for a little bit and then we'll roll it up after the throwback. But make sure you go to swolenormousx.com. Join the fam today. Throwback time. Yas Beaches. All right, here we go.
Up to 1,100 pounds. So if you and your partner are both curvier, if you and your partner are both larger framed.
If you need a bed that has a support weight of 1,100 pounds, you and your partner are not curvy.
They're ginormous!
The word curvy is another word for obese.
Get that through your head.
Hey, these are just body positive fucking words. Curvy is another. Thick with 2 C's. Yeah, you're thick with fat. These are just another words for the same fucking thing. You don't want to be called obese. You don't want to think about yourself being unhealthy. So you just create other names in place of that. I'm curvy. I'm thick. Nope. You fat.
That's a huge bitch.
All right. Thank you. Good throwback.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you
Good
milk me?
throwback. Very nice. Okay, we'll be back here tomorrow for another episode. Let me crank up this hog. Hit that thumbs up button on the way out. Make sure you share the show with your friends. And if you're ready to make sick fucking gains with the fam, join us, swolenormousx.com, and check all those links down below. The greatest man cast in the realm. Don't forget, go to the fucking gym. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.